going off of embracing discomfort, something that you and I both are into, and we'll be joining forces
Yeah.
in August at the
Yes.
Fat Dog in Vancouver, which is going to be super cool. I'm
Very
excited for that one.
Yes.
Ultra running. First off, for people that don't know what ultra running is, ultra is anything longer than a marathon distance, right?
Mhm.
That can be 50K, 50 miles,
Mhm.
100 miles, like we'll be embarking on, or 120, sorry.
20.
Yes, we still got the 20 to take care of. So what got you involved with that? What got you invested in this crazy? Because again, with ultra running, if people don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty
You
crazy.
got to be a little bit crazy to start doing this stuff.
You got it. I think there was multiple elements. One that comes into my head is reputation as a fitness and wellness and holistic health and all these caps that I want to put on my head. What is a laboratory that I can use to really share that with people, but also for myself? Like, how do I not get into imposter syndrome where I'm like, well, I wear all these hats and I say all these things.
Yeah.
Where is a domain where I can really take the information and apply it and really yield the results from it? Because to run an ultra takes everything. It takes the mind, it takes the body, it takes the spirit, the soul, the emotion, the social, the environmental. It takes a holistic mindset and approach to accomplishing one of these things.
Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. Just so you won the Sulphur
I
Springs.
won the Sulphur Springs.
Yeah, so I had to make sure people know about that, right? That was
Reputation. Yeah, I didn't go out to win it, but I did, and that was 100 miles in Ancaster last year, and that was my first attempt at 100 miles too. But you had said before, prepared. I was very prepared. I knew what I was getting into. I'd run a buildup of 100K before, sorry, marathon, 50K, 56, 80, all the way up until, and this 100-mile moment was a celebration of all of this accumulated knowledge, experience. So yeah, so first thing was reputation. Like, how do I live up to who I want to be? And how do I share that? Because I'm a person who enjoys validation. I really seek that as a human being.
I think we all do. Like,
I think so.
Large portion of that, for sure.
Yeah.
You want to feel important.
Yeah. Significance, that thing. I don't know, that could stem from childhood, something like that. Maybe just wanting to get more of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a twin, by the way.
Okay.
So that could be one thing. We can unpack that later. But reputation to make sure that I can fulfill who I am to other people and to myself. Another thing would be the application. Like, where is a domain or laboratory where I can really put out these skills and yield the results of them? And that was really cool, because then I started to experiment with like what I ate, what I drank at what time, how I trained myself physically. So that was another approach. And then the third was curiosity and see how far I can push myself. We all want to know how far we can go, what we can learn, how we can express ourselves. It was a brand new canvas. It was a distance that I felt was very, very unnerving. The 100 miles.
Yeah.
It was more of an opportunity, of course, to learn more about myself. And then also, I think when you've gone down these pain and pleasure rabbit holes, like with my childhood, suffering with atopic dermatitis, and although it's one of the easier autoimmune disorders, on a psychological level, I think it played a lot on me. To see like just the uncomfortable physically. I dove into that during my runs, and it maybe just helped me reason through it. There was a level of discomfort that I don't want to say I enjoyed, but I know that it's there. So yeah, does that get through a little
No,
bit?
it does. Absolutely.
I think when people go through pain and discomfort,
Yeah.
they have that as another ability.
It's a resource.
It's a resource. It's something to use.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I use with ultras to go with that, but it's definitely a place that I can draw from, because it was an obstacle as a child, and I've overcome.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another kind of challenge where, hey, I've overcome this, and this. I can definitely get through this.
Yeah. Well, the life's perspective at the end of the day, right? So if you put yourself in environments that are super challenging and you come out victorious, whatever realm that looks like, whether you completed it, didn't complete it, but you push yourself to the limit to that extent, that transfers over. It's not just like I think people misinterpret like, okay, this guy just loves running or loves ultra running or loves playing a sport or loves doing this craft. It's the idea that like what this craft and environment does for us in the real world.
Yeah, you got it.
Right? It transfers over really well into making those everyday decisions easier, making the habits that we embark on easier, and to make life easier. It doesn't have to be that stressful. And when you put yourself in environments where you need to problem solve, you need to find solutions quick, you need to embrace discomfort at its peak level and find a solution that very moment. And the internal dialogue, which I think a lot of people have a tough time with, is that internal dialogue in terms of mindset performance, whether it's at work, in relationships, or in a certain sport. That internal dialogue is so prevalent and necessary to either creating success or creating failure, right? When you're put in a situation when your back is against the wall, you say, how am I going to do this? You're asking the questions of, how is this ever going to happen? Why is it me? I never get this break. You're programming yourself to basically set yourself up for failure, right? Where if you're in this situation where I got another 25 miles to go, you need to have that positive internal conversation rather than saying, I'm never going to get this done. What's the best approach, right? It's the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset that Carolyn Dweck obviously hints on, right? Or Carol Dweck, sorry. But I think a lot more people need to embrace the concept of putting themselves in environments. It doesn't mean go run a 100-mile ultra tomorrow, but do things that are a little bit uncomfortable. They're lessons to be held.
Yeah, they're like a crash course in life optimization,
100%.
Human optimization, really understanding or trying to investigate what your true potential is. And those tests over and over again.
It's exciting to see that. And it's addicting.
It is. It is to a point, yeah, for sure. It's not like I don't crave it, but I know the benefits.
Oh, sorry. I mean, addicting as in terms of like self-optimization becomes addicting.
Yes.
That you like to see what different elements. Yeah, I might not be an ultra runner for the rest of my life,
right?
But I'll find different avenues that challenge my perspective and challenge what I think I'm capable of achieving right now, and that's exciting.
I was listening to something recently, and they said we should scrap the idea of searching happiness and redefine what happiness actually is. It's actually progression. People want progress. They want to feel progression. They want to feel like they're moving forward. That could be a new definition of happiness.